People of all sizes, large and little, ladies and gentlemen, and folks somewhere in the middle, welcome back to Sushimi's House. I'm your loving host, Master Sushimi, joined today by my sweet sister, Ice Ice Puppy.
Hello.
And my good puppy son, Mr. President, a.k.a. Theodore Roosevelt, a.k.a. Teddy, who's doing a big sit. And we're back with some more control, and perhaps more... Hey, baby. we're going to do this on mic?
He was doing like a big professional sit between us, like the most ready to record he's ever, because usually he just like lays on one of us or lays on the floor or whatever. He was like sitting, like how a dog sits, except his butt was like a little tucked in, so he had like a little bit of his pooch and his little feet were kind of up. But it was like I'm sitting, like I'm watching TV, and I was dying over it. And then now he's demanding to be petted.
Yeah. But also, like I was trying to say before, Teddy was just like, pet me now.
Pet me right this instant.
We're back from Ecuador. We went on vacation, quote unquote. It's never relaxing. We go see family. We have way too little time.
Yeah. Like, we have a good time, but it's not necessarily a, like, relax, like, kick your feet up and do nothing kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, right. We had investigate the sector elevator, and I think you said we were ready to do the paper lantern, right?
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yeah. Here, let me look it up.
Okay. I'm going to go to the elevator just while you look that up. Sure. But yeah. Another thing that has occurred while Bubbie's doing that.
There was something there.
Oh. It's Wake.
Huh.
That's dope. They announced the second game.
Jonathan was distressed to find out a sequel was coming out, and he had not played the first one yet. He was like, I've heard it's really good. I didn't know there was a second one coming out. And I was like, yeah, Seuss streamed it. And he was like, oh shit, that's right. So I was like,
I streamed it, and I streamed a like spin-off American Nightmare.
So I was like, yeah, bud.
Investigation sector. Okay, so that's a different thing. Did you find the paper lantern?
I'm working on it right now. It's still loading. Okay. There we go.
But yeah. While we're on our quote-unquote vacation, another thing that happens is because we're in Ecuador and there's foods that we can only get there, and we're there for such a short time, we eat recklessly.
Yeah, we eat without...
We eat like we're on death row, and it's our last meal.
We eat like we're on death row,
and we get seconds. Like we take the so Ecuadorian barbecue is different from American barbecue. It's not really barbecue in that it's not like smoked or like in a bunch of like
Well, it's tricky, right? Because
I keep wanting to say juice, but sauce. It's not like sauced. It's just grilled meats that are like heavily seasoned, usually with like some chimichurri on the side, and some like grilled plantains. It's really good shit. We had that on like our first night in Puerto Viejo, which is where our family stays.
Yes, baby.
And then we were like, you know what we need to do? This again.
One more again.
Because we heard like a rumor that, we eat this thing we call ubre, which is the cow's udder. Bubbie loves it. It's not for me texture wise, but like I respect it.
Destroy that stuff. And don't at me. I know it's not a thing you can have in the US and, crazy cow disease or whatever. I have not once gotten sick from eating udder, and I've eaten it for several years, many times. Little man. You can't do this right now. Don't throw your stinky bagool bite at me. He's got a bagool bite from a Halloween-themed bark box, and he keeps throwing it at me to play. Yeah? Okay, right in my lap, huh? Okay.
But yeah, anyway, so we heard a rumor that there was another place that had, like, even better ubre.
Yeah.
So we were like, well, we have to go there.
Right. Well, then also just, like, the food is good. And, I mean, I'll be damned. It was good.
It was very good.
Actually, I think I like the first place's ubre better. Yeah. I mean, it's more of, like, what kind of... So, I will say, like, anytime I've ever mentioned to people that I've eaten cow udder, they're like, ew, really? Like, that sounds... And it's like, you would think it's rubbery, but it's not, which may actually be more disorienting. Because... Daddy.
Yeah, that's what I ran into, because I hadn't tried it in a really long time, and I was like, oh, it's like butter soft.
It's buttery soft. Very, almost too buttery soft sometimes.
Unnervingly so.
Which I will say, the one you tried was softer. The one from the first night was a little more, not tough by any means.
Had a little more bite to it.
Exactly. More bite to it and therefore, like, more grilled.
Some snap to it.
Which I like.
Yeah, that's true. I also I like my, I'm weird in that, like, I don't care if something's juicy. I want crunch.
Oh, that's fair.
I want, like, that Maillard effect. I'm married to the Maillard effect. Did you find out the Japanese lantern thing?
Yes, I have it pulled up now. It's just your son is demanding pets, and then
Fair.
he was very gently kissing my hand, like the tiniest little licks. And
Yeah, he's been really sweet this morning.
he's being like very, very like pet me, kiss me, hold me. He's very
Yeah.
sweet, very sleepy. Yeah, we're sleepy. We're a little sleepy, aren't we?
Probably.
Oh, goodness.
I'm a little sleepy.
Oh, that's fair. I've been up for like 3 hours, and I
also went to bed at 2 a.m. So
yeah, I was gonna say I'm sure went to bed late. I went to bed at pretty reasonable time. Like I was definitely asleep by like 11:30, 12 o'clock, and I woke up, felt great when I woke up. So I like went ahead and got my day started, and then shortly before I was like, oh, I need to go over there to record, I started to kind of crash, and I was like, well, too bad. So I think a nap is in the books for me today, but we will see.
Fair.
I think a bath is definitely in the books for me. Not to be
A
all
massage is in the books for me.
adult. Ooh, did you schedule one?
No, but
Oh,
I need
you
to.
oughta.
I've been wanting one for like 3 months, but because I started talking to this girl, like my time's been a little bit monopolized. But I'm about to get some free time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, the lanterns.
Yeah,
So I can
yeah.
start moving in that direction.
So you're gonna go. It's the sealed threshold corridor in the containment sector. Oh, you need to have completed a side quest called A Matter of Time.
Oh.
So maybe we haven't done it.
I don't think I have. Hey, buddy.
Hey, why are you biting?
Don't bite
you
yourself.
biting?
Okay, so I haven't done A Matter of Time. Does it say when that unlocks or how to?
Hey. With that. He is now biting me.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, you look
looking
it
at
up. I'm gonna do the Alan Wake shit. I'm gonna go to the investigation sector. People are apparently mad about the Alan Wake DLC in this game.
Oh yeah?
Apparently.
Quit biting yourself. He's now having to bite me. Alright, so I'm trying to find how you get the quest. I can't like it tells me how to get to the quest, how to like go
it
through the
opens
quest
very slowly.
but it's not saying you have to be at this point to get it.
Gotcha.
Also, Teddy now has an extra little thing on his collar that makes it jingle jangle much more, and I love it.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. So this girl I was talking to, she adores Teddy because Teddy's the ultimate wingman. And she found a like little cell phone charm that has a little cute cartoon of a poodle that looks exactly like him. So now it's on his collar because she was just like, I had to get it.
So now
for him.
he has a little work badge because it has his name and his face.
Yeah. Official findings report. Read Dr. Casper Darling, Internal Confidential. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, Internal Investigation D0845 was launched into the ethical practices of Dr. Casper Darling, Head of Research. By the accounts of Anonymous Redacted regarding inhumane treatment of a redacted currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during the investigation. The majority of redacted sector personnel seemed to be wholly unaware of such redacted contained there. One redacted confirmed the redacted's code name to be redacted, but all files containing to that name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were similarly blocked from entering the redacted research wing to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. While this investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do recommend an investigation into redacted research. Refer to file 982-018-0136 for full report.
So have we talked to Horowitz?
Crowded than the rest
I
of the Bureau.
don't know.
The name sounds familiar, but I could be totally wrong.
Yeah. Mr. Dennis, a request came through recently from an FBI agent asking for all our files on Bright Falls, specifically on the disappearance of the author Alan Wake. Per the Interagency Information Exchange Agreement, ads and paper pushers gather up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. But I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of a fictional detective in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with a writer's fiction coming to the true. I think this is worth looking into. What's your opinion? Just give the word and I'll start surveillance on this guy. Special Investigator Gleason. So Alex Casey is like now real? That's wild.
Real person. Wild.
I guess it's not the wildest thing that happens in Alan Wake.
Yeah. Funny bunny. I know I joked that I wanted you near me so I could just kiss you the whole recording. But I didn't quite mean it because I do have to actually focus, kind of. Not as much as you, because you're actually playing the game. Hey.
Yeah. I mean, you can bet him without looking at him.
That's true.
Mr. Kirkland, here are the latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead from the containment breach yesterday. Agent Jonathan Connor, researcher Ezra Cruz, Agent Carolyn Dempsey, Agent Lindsay Malcolm, Agent Charles Murray, Agent Derek Shaw. Letters of condolence will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You'll be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copies of report exist behind the firebreak. They're lost, I'm afraid.
To be fair, I do kind of have to pet him while looking at him, only because he's so wiggly, and I'm afraid I'll like poke his eye out.
That's fair. He is a wiggly boy.
He's a wiggly dog. Yeah, but went to Ecuador, had a great time. I feel like we kept getting like sidetrack to sidetrack to the sidetrack. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Mr. Kirkland, we stopped at Keystone on our way to the agent AWE, like you asked. I'm sending my report directly to you to try to keep a lid on this Grumman Morales desertion issue. We didn't find any sign of them there. Given the records, it is possible they've switched teams like you suspected, but I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Grumman and Morales got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of the Ordinary case, but that was just the adults if I'm remembering the file correctly. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an altered world event, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were markings on various buildings. 2 overlapping circles with a dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated. I'll show you the pictures when we get back. In the meantime, you should send a team out here to cordon this place off. Maybe get some comm guys working on a cover story. Sincerely, Agent Keenum. I wonder if that symbol is something we would have seen before, like in a different game or something. Doesn't sound too familiar.
Hand is now trapped.
Official findings report read the Prime Candidate Program, internal/confidential. For authorization from Mr. Kirkland, Internal Investigations P-142-9 was launched into the legality of the Prime Candidate Program by the Federal Bureau of Control. Since all known subjects relevant to the investigation used executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Mr. Kirkland both paint an alarmingly clear picture of systematic redacted and redacted. Redacted were brought into the oldest house and placed under redacted examination and testing with the aim of appointing one as director upon maturity. This program has produced no successful cases and only resulted in the traumatic redacted of paranaturally inclined redacted. Not only is this in breach of the Ash Act, but it flies in the face of basic human redacted. What, like rights? Sorry.
Human rights are redacted.
the concept of rights is redacted. This investigation team unequivocally redacted the Prime Candidate Program and recommends that it be redacted immediately. Refer to file 9820136 for full report.
All right. During that whole report, so my hand got stuck between the back of Teddy's head and like the couch, and he was, you know, like when you pet him and he starts licking a bunch, like he'll try to like lick your hand or something. Yeah. I think I glitched him out because I wasn't even scratching anything. My hand was just stuck, and he was just intensely licking the air for a good long while there. And that's why I kept like quietly getting more and more
My
shook.
baby found a glitch in the Matrix.
You got a glitch, baby?
Burrow Tractor A182KE containment procedure. Item is not in Bureau custody. None known. Description/altered effect. A Frank Elk tractor, olive green. Dried blood on the grill when last seen.
No John Deere. Oh wait. that the joke? Frank
I
Elk?
think that's
Yeah,
the
okay.
joke. Item is capable of vocalized responses or growls and unmanned locomotion. Consider highly aggressive and dangerous.
Some
Background.
fucking mater shit.
The Dark Mater.
Dark mater.
The item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burrow, owner of Burrow Farms outside of Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived on scene after an employee found the mutilated body of Mr. Burrow beneath his tractor. Police arrived but were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panicked calls to federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communication staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item and responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. Speaking to Mrs. Burrow only revealed that she had a domestic altercation with Mr. Burrow earlier the night of the incident. Whether these events are connected is currently unknown. Bubbie, can you take over petting him? Because he's...
Come on, babe.
I stopped petting him and he, like, started to come at me like a threat.
Oh no, it's getting aggressive. This is no longer sweet and sleepy, baby. This is aggressive. You must pet me now, baby.
Basically.
It's so funny. Yeah, no.
But yeah, because as I set up earlier, we were eating recklessly. A lot of us have come down with some traveler's tummy.
A lot. Now,
I think
group
I've
of-
had the worst of it.
of a group of 5, what would a lot be?
Bobby, you're the only one who hasn't had hellacious poops at some point. Dad had them at like the beginning of the
Okay,
trip.
fair. It wasn't like, I got it. I see what you're saying.
Burrow Tractor A182KE supplementary materials. Note, miscommunication led to a local coroner examining the body of William Burrow. Burrow William, male, Caucasian, case summary, 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report. Remains obtained for coroner's office. Also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Autopsy findings, blunt force injuries, head, lacerations, left ear/cheek, blunt force injuries, extremities, dislocation, right knee, complete avulsion. What's avulsion?
Avulsion is like, I'm having a hard time explaining it. It's like a separation. An avulsion fracture is like a, let me just look it up because I'm not doing a good job of explaining it.
Anyway, let me just read it while you look that up.
Yeah.
Complete avulsion of the right upper extremity with associated fracture of the proximal right humerus, extensive trauma abdominal region, complete avulsion of multiple organs,
I was
including
right. It's
stomach.
like a
Like a detachment?
yeah, but it says like pulling away or tearing away. So it's like
Gotcha.
the main bone, and then you have like a piece that's like not like broken off, but like kind of like peeled
torn
off,
away,
torn
yeah.
off. Yeah.
Gotcha. Complete avulsion of multiple organs, including stomach, heart, liver, pancreas, kidneys, and portions of the large and small intestine, all missing from scene. Ugh. Conclusion: it is my opinion that Mr. Burrow's death is not the result of a mechanical accident as claimed by authorities. The removal of organs is consistent with animal attack. Yikes. So the tractor eats?
the organs, I guess.
Oh,
Also,
she ate.
She ate. Also, the tractor is just out there,
Yeah.
by the way.
Resignation letter. Federal Bureau of Control, redacted of redacted 2019. To whom it may concern, is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of investigations for the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard for my department's redacted. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears. I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame this action on our redacted, who has routinely ignored my request for assistance in reclaiming the parts of investigation sector lost to the redacted loose inside. I'll never forget the screams of brave agents begging for us to open that firebreak. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The redacted has failed its agents. I shall never forgive him for that. Sincerely, William Kirkland. I'm assuming that was like the director that he was blaming for this.
Right, either that or Casper, because they were both involved with the case of Dylan.
It's not working.
I think this is less to do with
There's a
Dillop.
power core somewhere.
Really? Because I feel like it's them being killed by Dylan.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Because Dylan is like, he was isolated in the like P6 ward or whatever. Mr. Dennis. So yes, there's an increase in AWE cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why that is. Oh God. However, it seems that a tiny little detail slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AWE cases, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing and the ones who left for other departments after Kirkland quit,
Oh, okay, there we go.
we're barely managing to keep up with the workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, and this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not still be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Best regards, Agent Grayson. So Dennis
Was like the in
took
between.
over after Kirkland quit. Wait, is this a thing to open? No, it's just a monitor.
Seems a little.
I took some damage from that. Ooh, Cauldron Link update. Federal Bureau of Control to Chief Investigator Dennis. It's happening again, third time this year. Something certainly has it out for our redacted. Could be raccoons. The locals certainly complain about them enough. But why the hell would raccoons keep going after our monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got a bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list of recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on redacted lake if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know why they're researching out there, or what they're researching out there. We need to petition them again to share their info with investigation agents. It's only a matter of time before this redacted hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. Sincerely, Agent Estevez. So they know very little about Cauldron Lake.
Oh, next time.
Oh yeah, next time at Tsushimi's house, we're gonna go up these stairs. Later.
Bye.
You gotta know you're in for something special. You gotta feel it in your bones. Oh, you're gonna find what you need all in time. If you're looking for it, na 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 na. If you're looking for it, na